Oh, what is good, everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another PE Nintendo Switch news video. Today, we've got a bunch of great topics for you guys as we march towards the Nintendo Switch 2017 presentation. There's going to be big things announced at this. There's going to be tons of live streams. There's going to be tons of news, and we're going to have the one and only Super Metal Dave in the house on Thursday. 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time, 4 a.m. UK time. Let's go. But before that, we do got some news, tons of news to get into, in addition to a rumor at the end. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So Snakebite has released a video showing off all of their accessories, and there's a lot of goodies here. We've got a lot of accessory talk today, guys. We have an actual protector case to where you can protect your Nintendo Switch device when you're on the go. You have some charging cables for the road, so when you're in your car. We've got some Lan adapters, some hard cases, pouches, cases for your video games. This is all good stuff by Snakebite, and it seems like we're going to have multiple options in where to get our different Nintendo Switch accessories, because not only does Snakebite have some awesome stuff that we actually was revealed last week but showed off in this video this week, but a bunch of Hori Switch accessories have leaked, and the biggest one, or actually there's two big ones that I really want to talk about. Now, if you want the full list of Joy-Con accessories and all that stuff, make sure you check out the description below. They'll have a link over to Nintendo Everything to where you can see all the pictures, but there's two in particular that I want to talk about, which many people are saying are very important. So the first one is the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild skin set. So it comes, according to this picture here, this leaked one, guys, this looks super official. Skin set for the Nintendo Switch dock and Joy-Con grip. Beautiful Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild are officially licensed by Nintendo. This Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild skin set for the Nintendo Switch will cost $9.99 as far as the MSRP goes. But the biggest thing from this is that it says it launches March 2017. So many people are connecting the dots and saying, well, if you're launching this skin set in March 2017, obviously, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is launching March 2017. If we didn't already need more confirmation, well, this is some more of that. And yes, I am firmly on the boat. I was beforehand, especially with all the promotion stuff that was leaked to targets, and even just not even leaked, just shown off, that we've been seeing over the past week and a half or so. But at this point, it seems like Legend of Zelda is a lock for launch in March. So that's really good information, really good stuff. And some people have talked about, even in Europe, there being basically a patch to support more languages down the line, because that's the big thing that Eurogamer and others have said, is that the EU version is not necessarily ready with all the different languages. So you might see a Xenoblade Chronicles X type of situation where they just patch in some other languages and they're really just going to ship with maybe a couple in the European market. So either way, I think March is a big deal. Legend of Zelda seems to be a lock for March, and that's definitely good for the Nintendo Switch, because a lot of people are going to buy the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild at launch. And that's good because your system is launching then. So good stuff all around. But I do want to talk about one more accessory, actually two more accessories. I do want to talk about this Hori FightPad. So this is also very important here. So they're calling this accessory the Real Arcade Pro SW for the Nintendo Switch. And this one, they're saying it's 149.99 euros. Okay, so I'm not sure as far as the translation goes. It's going to cost as much as the big fight sticks go, as you're seeing the picture here. This is basically saying this is the official FightPad. It's officially licensed by Nintendo, and it looks good. So many people are speculating, of course, well, what is this going to be for? What games? So if you remember last generation, you had Tekken Tag Tournament 2 launch on the Nintendo Wii U right then and there. However, this time you have Arc System Works, who is an official licensed developer for the Nintendo Switch, is part of their team as far as third-party developers go. So you could see multiple fighting games at launch, whether that's Tekken in addition to Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear. And I think Guilty Gear might be that title, a portable fighting game there in Japan is too enticing for Arc System Works to pass up. So I'm thinking it's going to be Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue. I'm thinking Guilty Gear since that's just a little bit newer and that was an Evo, and there's just so much stuff with Guilty Gear going on. And guys, I'll tell you something right now. If you want the best online play encompassing everything when it comes to seeing how much lag you're doing, seeing how much preciseness that you have in your controls, training mode, lobbies, all the nine, all of that stuff, then you definitely want to pick up Guilty Gear Revelator, because that game is amazing on PS4 and PS3 as far as the online with playing against others. And if they were to bring that to the Nintendo Switch, I think that would be a big deal for fighting game fans, because you can take it and play it on the go when you go to your tournaments, getting matches in, and just do playing it at home. You have a FightPad that you can use, all good all around. So really looking forward to seeing what fighting games come to the Nintendo Switch. In addition to that, we also have one more that I want to talk about, and that is the Lan Adapter. So some people were a little upset that the Nintendo Switch dock isn't going to have an Ethernet port on it, but remember, you do not actually have to buy the Lan Adapter from the officially licensed one. You can use your Wii Lan Adapter, you can use your Wii U Lan Adapter, which is basically the same thing. You can use a third-party Lan Adapter that's super cheap online. I bought mine, which is really good, high-speed LAN adapter for $7 on Amazon. So just make sure you check out Amazon. I'll actually have a link to that LAN adapter that I bought if you want a good one to get ready for that. So guys, please, especially Smash Bros players, please get that LAN adapter, because you guys are going to need it so there's not lag. But I'm pretty sure Nintendo's netcode and online is going to be better overall. But get that LAN adapter at this point just so you can have the best experience possible while playing online. There's a bunch of other accessories. You can check them out in the description below when you get some time. So moving on to the next article here, and that is a big rumor here. Best Buy's price change report indicates the Nintendo Switch will be $249.99. Okay, so this was actually bumped to the top because the SKU has a 5670100 in Best Buy's price system with description of Nintendo N2 and is $249.99. The name is definitely a placeholder at this point, but whether or not it's the final price remains to be seen. So here is the original article, and it says that Reddit user Radoster, something like that, 95, who is a staffer at Best Buy, claims to have seen a price change report from the retailer today. The document apparently states that Nintendo Switch will cost $249.99. Now, normally this sort of thing we pass on sharing, at least that's what Nintendo Everything is saying. However, judging on his history as far as the guy who's reporting this, he actually does seem to be a real Best Buy employee. So what do you guys think about this price? This seems to be more accurate than anything that we've gotten before, especially for the American market. We've seen a lot of leaks from the European market, but not so much here in America, and it seems like this one is legit. If that is the price as far as the base unit, I'm completely fine with that. And then if they have a premium bundle for $299 with The Legend of Zelda or a different game, that would be awesome. Even if they did it this way to where you have that SKU $249 and it comes with one of the Wii U pack-ins, and then you have another SKU that comes with the same Wii U pack-in in addition to The Legend of Zelda, I think that would be awesome. That would be a great way to kick things off. Maybe an amiibo bundle in there. They can do all sorts of things, but this is definitely a good price. If it's just $249 and maybe that's just the vanilla SKU, one SKU $249, you get everything that you need, I would be completely fine with that, because that's how the Wii was, and $249 is the sweet spot for the tech you're trying to push as far as power of a console on the go in addition to a great console at home. I think at $249.99 the system flies off the shelves. If you have an extra SKU for $299.99, then that's just extra gravy on top of your mashed potatoes. So everything is good. So really cool if this does turn out to be true. I think it will be, but definitely we have to wait and see. We're very close to the actual Switch presentation, so we should be getting a final answer soon. And lastly, we do have one more rumor from Game Blog. They are reporting that Platinum Games and Nintendo are getting very close to each other, especially after the cancellation of Scalebound on the Xbox One, and not too many exclusive games that Platinum has worked with as far as for Sony. They're not really working hand in hand. They do have Nier Automata, but that is Square Enix that is doing that. So I do think that with Nintendo having 3 games that they've actually funded or used Platinum's help on with the wonderful 101, with Bayonetta 2, in addition to Bayonetta 1 if you're going to count that as well, and Star Fox Zero. That's actually 4 games when it comes to Platinum and Nintendo, and Gameblog is reporting that there is a love affair between the two. Bayonetta 3 is basically confirmed at this point, so Nintendo is going to be funding Bayonetta 3 based on that, and it'll be exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. Plus, Platinum Games will be helping Nintendo to restore old IPs as Switch exclusives. And I think if you look at the breadth of what Platinum Games did on the Wii U overall, it definitely wasn't bad. Obviously, it hit a little rough spot with Star Fox Zero on the Wii U, but I don't think that is Platinum Games' fault. I think that is Miyamoto's fault for forcing dual gamepad gameplay on there, because when Platinum had free reign to kind of make a Star Fox level, they made a traditional Star Fox level and didn't have that Wii U gamepad stuff. So I do think that was more of Miyamoto's thing, but I think going forward in the future, especially with Miyamoto's roles changing, I don't think that's going to happen in the future. If they get another crack at Star Fox, or if they want to take a different IP and adapt it to what they can do, there's so much stuff Platinum can do as far as Nintendo's old IPs. Bayonetta 3, like I said, is a must. That engine, Bayonetta 2, is too good to just let go. You cannot just let that engine go and go to waste. I think with this system, the Nintendo Switch, a portable version of Bayonetta 3, in addition to having some type of deal, whatever the case is, remaster Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 1, if they wanted to do that again, even if they don't, that is fine. I still think it's a good idea for the core fan base for the Nintendo Switch, just like it was a great idea on the Wii U. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if this actually pans out. But we do know that Platinum Games is on the actual confirmed developers for the Nintendo Switch, and we did have a report, I think from Obi, he might have did this too, I need to check on that, but he talked about Platinum Games as far as the Switch misleaks. I think he talked about that, and that game might be coming out next year, or revealed this year, actually not next year, sorry about that. So I'm really excited to see what Platinum Games has to offer. Could we see the revival of Vanquish? Remember, that's a Sega, that's Sega and Platinum Games. That would be awesome if they put that on the Nintendo Switch. Vanquish 2 with Vanquish 1 remastered, I think that's also would be a great game to put on the Nintendo Switch. So let me know what you guys think, and please let me know what old IPs you would like to see Platinum Games work on from Nintendo's category. We do have Scalebound being canceled. Maybe Hideki Kamiya and his team takes up an action-adventure Golden Sun. I think that would be pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks, and everything in gaming. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys for the next video. Peace!